Hello. The issue we'll be talking about today is plastic within the ocean. And the reason me and my group chose this was mainly because we were really just curious about it. It seems like one of the bigger issues when it comes to environmental sciences, and we were just, we want to find out how we can fix it, or solutions to it, or how we can just simply avoid making it worse. Human beings use a tremendous amount of plastic every day in our human lives. There's about 5.25 trillion pieces of trash in the ocean. That's a huge amount, and it's not going anywhere. It's not biodegradable. It cannot be broken down by organisms or any other living life. They can get sucked up by filter feeders and damage their bodies. It can be harmful to the wildlife and the sea, obviously. Many species are dying, and if that happens, it's going to change our whole ecosystem. Something dies, it causes a domino effect. Then this thing can't get fed. This can't get fed. All of these things cannot continue in their life because they lost a source of food or they lost something that they can live off of. And let's use the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, for example, real fast. Now, roughly, there's, let's say, about, I think, 7 million tons of trash, 9 feet deep, and about double the size of Texas. That's huge. That is a terrible amount for human beings. I mean, think about it. They have all this trash. It's not going anywhere. Now, we need to know why we should care and what the solutions are. And we're going to explain that to you
Why
right
we
now.
should care because it affects our environment. It could lead to the contamination of our water and our fish, which also leads to the contamination of our seafood. Wildlife mistake the plastic pieces for food. The plastic item will then remain in the animal's stomach, causing it to feel full, which could lead to ingestion, which also leads to the malnutrition and starvation and dehydration of the animal. The sea animals will not only die because of eating plastic, but they will also die because of suffocation because of the plastic bags that are thrown in the ocean. This is known as entanglement, which happens through other items like strap bands and six-pack rings.
Solutions for plastic use include stop buying bottled water and using a reusable bottle instead, preferably metal or even glass if you would like, and the prices range between $8 to $15. This would help with reducing the use of plastic water bottles, and these substances are easier to break down than plastic. Recycling can help as well. It is one of the more minor solutions considering that plastic can only be recycled a limited amount of times, but it is still helpful nonetheless, especially because only 14% of plastics are being recycled. Another possible solution would be to support a tax or a ban on plastic bags to hopefully reduce plastic bag usage. Legislation that introduces a ban or even a tax on plastic bags can help because if plastic bags are no longer available for use or have to be paid for, it can help a lot with reduction. It is also in everyone's best interest if we stray away from disposable plastics altogether. One of the most effective things that everyone can do to cut off as much plastic use as possible, because it is the only true way that we can ease the amount of plastics that are being dumped into the oceans and other waterways and make the situation more manageable, along with beach cleanups, which are more hands-on and can help with the plastics that have already made their ways into the ocean and waterways.